Ready for launch. Well, believe it or not, I've already heard objections from a number of you that our proposal to reduce all non-human and human predatory activity on Earth as much as possible is against the natural order. Of course, the natural order is nothing but a label humans have put on things we haven't yet put our manipulative hands on, only because we have as yet nothing personal to gain from doing so. We've certainly never hesitated to mess with the so-called natural order when we can benefit from it. Little things like curing natural diseases, adding 40 years to our natural lifespan, even things like damming up natural rivers and flying around like natural birds, but in unnatural airplanes. Even if there really is a natural order beyond what we claim it is, who says it is almighty good as developed by anarchical survival of the physically and or mentally fittest in lieu of the survival of the most worthy in some other, more ethical way, aka biggest bully or con artist takes all, it seems. If we can dedicate our entire human species to improving the already corrupted natural order, why shouldn't we? More to the true heart of the matter, I ask, how can we criminally shirk our moral responsibility to do so by coming up with lame excuses not to do so, and thereby continue to live our collectively malignant lives without either a collective or individual passion or purpose of a truly altruistic nature, such as reducing the non-productive pain of all earthlings. Indeed, we all have to become self-actualized to accomplish this goal. Think about it. This is serious stuff. As serious as a collective heart attack.
Okay, so you're probably wondering why, if this subject is really as serious as a collective heart attack, why am I dressed up all silly like this with a crown and polished forehead and thick glasses, and why is Kraus flying around in a stupid VW Spirit of St. Louis bookmobile and art museum helicopter? And most recently wearing angel wings and a make-believe halo. Why are we trying to cop a few laps? Because nobody knows us. We ain't famous, because we don't have any money, big or small, to buy any media time. So we have to try to grab your eye or ear some way, hoping that maybe of the people we are able to attract at first glance with our cornball humor, maybe some, if not most of you, will realize how serious this subject is, in spite of said silliness. At any rate, like Kraus said, think about it. No more predators on Earth. Less total pain on Earth. A win-win situation. Also, my dearly departed cousin has this affection descent disorder, and he needs to entertain himself when he's working on something or he can't stick with it. Okay, folks, this is our big bang of a chance, for the first time in recorded history, to instead of raping the Earth, make it a better place for us humans having done our tour on it. It's probably also our last and only chance to be the good guys instead of the devil. Hey folks, looks like we got a celebrity guest after all. Later, the Predator.
When we decide whether a living thing is entitled to equal rights, that decision should not be based on that being's skin color, its ability to talk, or even on its ability to reason, but it must be based only on that being's ability to suffer. For if it can suffer by feeling pain, it demands not only equal rights, but also equal protection from predatory pain.
I'd like to step back in here for a second to say a little something about suffering. That little something is that all human scientific research and common sense points to the fact that any animals with a central nervous system, and most especially mammals, feel pain just as much as we humans do. As most of us know, many animals have been shown to have a heightened sense of smell, hearing, and even vision compared to us humans. Likewise, it seems only reasonable that they may also have a heightened sense of pain compared to us humans. All such heightened senses are evolution's naturally selective way of compensating for the non-human's lack of reasoning power when compared to us so-called civilized beings. It is so sad that we have used that heightened brain power, that marvelous neocortex coupled to an opposed thumb, not just to survive as was intended by Mother Nature, but to destroy. And what's worse, to destroy for fruitless pleasure and unnecessary comfort.
As I have weathered the decades far longer than anybody expected, I have finally, quite recently, come to realize that, yes, Big Bangs, wormholes, dark matter, and black holes in deep space are fun to think about and a good mental exercise. But they are not an annos worth as important as the big bloody black hole of sin we have fallen into regarding the well-being of our non-human fellow travelers right here on home base Earth. If I have endured a life of disability for only one purpose, that purpose being to belatedly endorse and support the absolute necessity and destiny of a caretaker dominion, my life has indeed been a wonderfully fruitful one, to be able to endorse caretaker dominion.
There's probably been something in this offering that has gone against the grain of just about every one of us, including myself. There's not much we can do about our past activities, but there is much we can and must do about our future actions. Thank you.
I say it is impossible to get rid of all predators on Earth. There's too many.
A very astute question, young lady. I agree, it probably is impossible to get rid of all the predators on Earth. But shouldn't we at least do the best we can? We know we can never stop all crime in our streets, but we still do the best we can and hope to ultimately stop the great majority of it. So it is with animal predators. We can eventually stop the great majority of them.
One more question. Many predators control the overpopulation of other species. What will happen when they no longer do under your caretaker dominion proposal?
As you just said, some predators do indeed control the overpopulation of other species. And you are wondering what will happen when these predators no longer do this? The job of population control will fall to us humans. It will be our very complex and difficult ongoing responsibility and purpose. And I assure you, we will control overpopulation of any species more ethically than the predator we replace. If you were a young deer, would you rather be eaten alive by a wolf at a very young age, or would you rather just not be born?
That's a wrap.
Not quite a wrap. One more quickie. Aren't we humans the worst predators of all?
Absolutely. We humans are the worst predators of all, beyond measure or comprehension. No other species, either now or ever in the history of the earth, even comes close to our current level of pain infliction. But there are countless persons struggling at this very moment to bring to the unwitting public's attention just a taste of what atrocities we inflict on non-human animals for our everyday gluttony, comforting, entertainment, and other egotistical but totally unnecessary activities. I'd like to take a final moment here to profusely thank those caring souls who are struggling to bring this global interspecies holocaust to the light of day. In spite of the overwhelming power and money-mad beast they are up against. Again, I say thank you to these warriors of truth, far more valiant and sacrificial than I could ever hope to be.
Some people have seen me in this Predator patrol with the American flag on it and have asked me if I am proud to be an American. I tell them that even if I weren't a limey Brit, how could I possibly be proud to be an American, when I'm ashamed to be a human being? That's why I endorse our guardianship of a non-predatory Earth. So someday we won't have to be ashamed to be human. Do the right thing, for the sake of all goodness.
The earth never was a Garden of Eden, but we can and will make it one.
Painful fact. Before the advent of agriculture about 7,000 years ago, most humans lived as nomadic hunters and gatherers. At that time, there were but 3 million humans on planet Earth. The number of non-human animals they would kill for food was very limited when compared to today, when there are more than 2,000 times as many humans to gorge themselves on the non-human world. Thus, even if meat eating was once considered natural, it certainly no longer can be, with 2,000 times as many of us human predators to do the dirty deed.
Many of us have heard the animal rights outcry, meat is murder, but it should be added that it makes no difference whether it is man slaughtering animals or animal slaughtering animals. It is still murder. That's a wrap. A one-man, two-dog project. Anti-truth warning. Interpol advisory. Any persons even suspected of aiding Richard, Sparky, and Vic Rouse in their attempt to disseminate the truth will be subject to severe prosecution under the International Mann Act, which provides for summary corporal and capital punishment for any persons speaking out against the unilateral dominion of humans over the earth and all its subhuman inhabitants.